Yes, we are doing this. We are back at Pokemon Colosseum. This time, ranking the Pokemon in the in-game use. And before we start, we can immediately shut down everything that is nearly completely useless. And we will go to it immediately. We are talking about in-game runs. So we hope Pokemon are accessible early, and anything that is accessible pretty late at a low level or needs significant grinding will be ignored and quickly shut down. You will understand once you actually play the damn game. And those in the high ranks, you will understand why they are as high as they are. For what Pokemon are this low, keep in mind that I will explain it as soon as I can. Yeah, teleport 2. So S rank belongs to Pokemon you obviously start off early. So for instance, obviously Espeon, because Espeon is a powerhouse from the start. Maxed out friendship, you can immediately attack with full power returns. It's a psychic type. If you are lucky with its good special, you can get a good nature from the start. You can soft reset for the nature you want to start with, but really it's not that necessary. Probably will be one of your strongest Pokemon at the start. On the contrary, we have Umbreon, which you also start with, but Umbreon is not as good. Even its support move pool isn't that great. For some reason, Espeon has a helping hand. It would be nice if Umbreon had it, but because it doesn't, honestly even B rank would be fine, but because you get it immediately without having to open its heart, it's higher than these Pokemon. Then we have the starters. Let's start with Totodile. Totodile obviously is S rank because it starts with at level 30, but if you can open it, it will be one of your first freed Pokemon, which immediately evolves because you have to grind obviously. And once a shadow Pokemon, its heart is open, it can almost immediately evolve when they reach the next level. Basic, yes, I mean Totodile, Coconut comes at level 30. It's a level where it evolves to Feraligatr, but you still need to grind to level 31 because it otherwise won't evolve. That's what I tried to say, but I did that a little bit complicated. But the point is that Totodile is Coconut is insanely powerful. It comes with Surf, and you don't need pretty much anything else. But over the course of this game, you will probably gain some useful moves for it, which you can teach it. It's a relatively powerful Pokemon at what point of the game you are getting it. On the contrary, we have Bayleaf, also B rank, because Bayleaf needs 2 levels to evolve, and it's a grass type which have really weak offensive stats. You rely on a support Pokemon setting up Sun to get something out of it with its solar beams, which you technically can with a few Pokemon we are going to talk later. So you need to combine them with certain Pokemons to get what you want. And does it get sleep powder? Don't know. It's the best grass type you can get throughout the run of the game. Your alternative is this thing, which becomes Jump Love when it levels up. I think that's how far it should be leveled up, honestly. But Jump Love, unlike Bayleaf, can't hit for any damage, but it has also powders, I guess, and that's the option you have. And then we have your other alternative to Coconut is Quagsire. Quagsire is powerful, not really powerful, but it is full evolved, and for the part of the game it's really good. Electric immunity can come in handy sometimes, and it hits really hard, and it can eventually learn an upgrade per level up, which is really good in handling certain threats. So it's recommended if you want to use it. Now next up is Quilava. Quilava is... should I put Quilava actually really in this range? I will put Quilava to A rank because it has a certain Pokemon as a competition, and it needs grinding by 6 levels in addition to freeing hits hard before it can reach its full potential, and you are relying on Flame Wheel for quite a while. Eventually you can teach it Fire Blast per TM, but it's really it doesn't drag out the team. It's really good Pokemon, but yeah, it's better than most Pokemon, but I think it can't compete with Croconaw. And then we have Entei, but before do I have... yeah, we have Makuhita, who is the guaranteed catch. If you can open its heart, it will be a neat ally to your team. Another neat ally may be in Meditite, which has a pure power. I will put it to B rank because it has to hit with jump kick and with its moves, but it's a pretty strong option to have to get through the game. So I can recommend using Meditite. Wait, I have a few other Pokemon I need to put to bottom rank. So the Pokemon in bottom rank are the following. First, we have Pokemon you get after you finish the game completely. These are pretty much Togetic and Ho-Oh. Then you have Pokemon that generally are complete garbage, which are Yanma, Apam, who both can't evolve in this game, and so they can never reach their full potential. Ladian, and Ariados, which are some of the worst bug types ever existing. Then you have a terrible Pokemon in Slugma, which is slow, really free on the special side, and when it evolves it becomes a Pokemon that has insane amount of weaknesses to certain spread moves like Surf, Earthquake, so it really gets destroyed. Then you have Pokemon that come pretty much post-game stuff you don't usually consider using Post-game stuff consists of Smeargle, user ring, and not this one. I'm just looking if there are any post-game Pokemon. There certainly should be, but I can't find them. And then we have pretty much close to late game before the boss battle Pokemon. One of which is I'm blame with the idea if Meltank should be added to that rank, but we have Skarmory, which has terrible offensive options. We have Tropius, which is garbage. Shuckle is post game, I forgot. And Delibird is considered one of the worst Pokemon in the game. And Swampflora also considered one of the worst Pokemon in the game. That leaves us with... oh yeah, I forgot. What was Dunsparce? Yes. Also boss fight Pokemon is Metagross and Tyranitar. So they are also really disturbing. So, and then other boss fight Pokemon, obviously I have to add Meltank and Houndour, not because they are bad Pokemon, but because you get them during the boss gauntlet, and you are pretty much trying to finish the game. Do you want to lose on purpose so you can grind these Pokemon? I don't know if you want to do that. And then we have Pokemon that usually after that you have to consider if a Pokemon is worth investing on grinding for it. So after you are able to unlock the hearts of the Pokemon, you unlock the hearts of the Pokemon you have on before you are able to do that, and after that the only payoff are 2 of the time flutes. So you have to consider that following. I'm putting the Pokemon you get before you can get the time flute first to the first. I think you get these 4 before the time flute, these 5 before the first time flute, and before you can unlock the heart. But before we do that, let's rank Plusle. Plusle is C rank because it has Helping Hand, and Helping Hand, is it worth it? It's not that worth it, but it has a high grinding level because it's a gift Pokemon. And I guess you can do some shenanigans with Rain Dance Thunder, but there are better options obviously. But you don't have to free its heart, that's the good thing. A better option is for A rank Warty. The problem is Warty comes at level 30, so you are stuck with Thunderbolt for quite a while. So you miss out on Thunder Punch when you get it and evolve it. And Thunder Punch would have been a special move in this game, so you have to buy Thunder to get most of its attack. But it has Thunder Wave, which is helpful to wear down opponents, and it does do the job. Altaria I consider B rank. You can teach it it's a dragon type when it evolves, and it has a nice toolbox of moves you can teach it. With combined with Quagsire, they do make a decent team, and it has nice resistances to certain matchups which help it out, but offensively it's not as good as you would hope it to be. It get Dragon Dance and Fly, but you're better off removing these moves and teach it some special moves. To be honest, powerful special moves like Fire Blast and whatnot. Misdreavus also B rank. You would thinking, why would you use Misdreavus? Because considering it's pretty bad stats line, and being a ghost types that can't use ghost type moves because ghost type moves are all physical, and that's because the AI is complete garbage in this game, and you can take advantage of it by using by just staying there and letting it get hit. Let the opponent try to hit it with normal type moves, because most trainers don't have moves that can hit Misdreavus for some reason. There will be some, but especially early game, Misdreavus is worthy ally. And then we have Noctowl, not a good Pokemon, but it's an option. It can learn Reflect and can fly. Another helping hand Pokemon is this thing. I think it has better defensive stats compared to Colosseum and a higher level, but you are missing out on range support in that regard. If you want to make it a range supporter, I guess you can somewhat, but just don't. I don't recommend anything from C rank necessary, but you can use them. Much better than anything down here, honestly. Now this will be a little bit difficult, because okay, honestly, there's no point in using this thing, Murkrow, as there's no point in using Piloswine. Oh yeah, you can free Remoraid before the flute, before you can open the out of other Pokemon, but keep in mind it comes at really low level. Then you have to grind it to Octillery, which is already slow, and this thing doesn't. It's not worth it. Don't use Remoraid, but consider using Mantine, because Mantine is a flying water type which have good resistances. If you are lucky, you get Water Absorb, if I recall correctly. And yeah, if you get for some reason Swift Swim, as there are rain dance options that are going to be ranked, and you can pretty much outspeed certain enemies and drown them in Babu. Oh no, it doesn't get surf, right? I guess C rank. If it had surf, I would rank it a bit higher. Granbull, powerful Pokemon, but you at that point in the game you have far better options, and you need to grind its heart out. You can use the Time Flute, but it's not worth using the Time Flute on a freaking Granbull. Same with Standler. And obviously Hitmontop, because Hitmontop has not a single good offensive move. And the only good thing is Intimidate. And the same also applies to this exploding Fortress. Now we are at the 5 Pokemon you want to use the Time Flute on, or at least consider. You have 2 Time Flutes. These are the Pokemon you consider basing your Time Flute on. The first you get is Entei. Entei, Raikou and Suicune have the highest, or the second and third highest, most difficult grinding thingy until you get finally the heart gauge opened. Oh, it reminds me, Drillfish is also a Pokemon you can open the heart early on, but you don't want to open the heart of it, and Sudowoodo would, because they are off. Entei comes with Stomp and Fire Blast. And Sunny Day. That's immediately S rank. Entei's attack may be higher than its special attack, but keep in mind 90 base power with immediate access to a high base power moves like Fire Blast and able to boost it makes Entei a pretty much one of the most have Pokemon. It can be interchangeable with Typhlosion, but Typhlosion has a slight higher special attack, but you need to wait until you get the most out of it. Do I want to rank them together? Entei is just too good. Seriously, I just can't drop Entei down here. I can consider ranking Typhlosion one higher, but you need a little bit more grinding for Typhlosion to get going. But it's a starter Pokemon. If you are willing to do that, do that. And if you have a Typhlosion, you already, before you get Entei, you can consider replacing it or leaving it. There's a problem with Entei is you don't have the Master Ball at that point, so it's a difficult catch. So I guess I can drop it down to A rank. Almost forgot it. The catch rate. If I consider the catch rate, then it's definitely a tier below. As that also applies to Raikou. Raikou is the one you get the latest, but it has Rain Dance and Thunder, which makes it automatically better than. Where did I put Wati? The A rank. So should I drop Wati? No, I won't, because you already have a fully evolved Pokemon and you don't need to grind too much for it. These are two Pokemon you can use a Time Flute on. Now, on the contrary, you will be saying, well, we have pretty good water options. Why would I use Suicune? And Suicune, ironically, you can even catch with the netball, and it's pretty bulky and simply said the easiest of the three to catch. It also has Surf, so you don't. If you catch it at first try, you get Surf. If you wait to catch it later on in a rematch, it will have Hydro Pump. So the first catch is the most important catch, I think. It has better specials than Croconaw, and even its physical attack is not bad. It's usable and it's faster, so in these regards it's much more preferable. And if you have Raikou and Suicune make a good team. Entei makes a good team with a Bayleaf if you want to, or even this thing Jumpluff, because Jumpluff has Crawlerfill. So certainly these Pokemon are worth using your Time Flute on. You want to use your Time Flute on at least one dog. and it doesn't really need to be Suicune. Like, if you don't need to use all of S rank together, I wouldn't even suggest using these together or these together. You know, it's just the options you have that I'm trying to rank here. Now we go to normal Pokemons that you maybe consider using. Heracross is a powerful attacker. I don't know if you can access to Mega Horn, but if you use a Time Flute on Heracross, you have a powerful bug fighting type. 125 physical attack is nothing to laugh at, and it's pretty fast. Should I put it to A rank or B rank? I think B rank is fine for now. And the last Pokemon is the level 42 Vibrava. So after before you get it, you get 3 rare candies. Keep those rare candies if you want to use a Flygon. Open the heart of Vibrava with a Time Flute and then give these 3 rare candies, and you have an immediate Flygon in your team. And that's the only thing worth it. The negative thing about Flygon is that it doesn't have good stabs to use, but you still use a Flygon. And Flygon has some neat options like Fire Blast, Giga Drain, some moves that are really worth adding to your team. I don't know if you get access to Dig, but if it had Dig, probably worth using. And this is the tier list my in-game tier list. You may disagree, but I think it's fine for what it is. Like, these are the Pokemon you consider even using if you want to beat the game as efficient as possible. These Pokemon you can consider using. I hope these are post games, so these Pokemon, like, which I put like that, you consider using if you already opened the hearts and you are a big fan and willing to if you open the hearts of you want to open the heart of each Pokemon because you want Ho-Oh, you may consider some of these Pokemon in your team, but I wouldn't suggest freaking Slugma or Ladiana and Ariados, but or this too, but you can do what you like. Can beat the Pokemon with your favorites, and sometimes that's what you want to do. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we see each other next time.